Hey guys, this is the Thor 4 Winds, or how we call it at Roadsurfer, the family freedom. Come with me inside and I'm going to show you its functions. In your family freedom, you find a super luxury kitchen area with a microwave and an oven you can use. You have a huge fridge with a freezer on top. You have the super comfortable bed here in the back. Just next to it, you find the wet bath. You have a super huge closet in here, plenty of storage all over, and you have a huge seating area just here. You can sit here with perfectly for adults. This one also folds into a bed, and on top you have also a bed up here for another 2 persons. So you can sleep in here with up to 6 persons and drive in here with up to 5. Welcome in your living room area. This cool closet is part of it. Has super cool mirrors. Of course you can open it. It has a hanging rope, and it also has the kitchen box Roadsurfer provides you. There is, for example, in there cups, plates, knives, whatever you need to cook. You have more storage down here. Please never put something in front of the heating. Also, you have some storage up here, and you have this huge seating area. You have some cup holders in here, and you also have a wireless charger. To open this window, the only thing you really do is you just twist this red lever and pull the window all the way to the side, so you can enjoy the super beautiful view without having bugs in here thanks to the fly net. To close the window, just bring it all the way back, put the lever back in its position. And for some privacy, also during the day, you have this blinding you can just bring all the way down. Just next to your entrance door, you find regular plug-ins, which you can always just use if the generator is turned on. You have some light options in here, one for the step and one for the main light. You have your awning you can bring in and out. You have a light for the awning and the outside. You have a light for the step outside, and you also have a light for your cargo in the back. And this is your main battery switch. Please always leave it on the on position. Down here you find the panel for your solar panel. Just next to it, of course, you find the main entrance door. A little tricky is to open it. So what you do is just lift up this handle a little bit, and then you can leave. To lock the door during the nighttime, you have this little red lever down here. Just bring it in the upper position and then it's locked. And whenever you want to relax inside the van with the door open, you can use this fly net to stay free of bugs in here. You just push the handle a little downwards, close the door, and then last thing, close this plastic part. In your kitchen area, you find some special functions, as for example this counter extension. You just pull this little table all the way up and then it's locked. To release it again, you just have to pull it a little upwards, push against those holding bars, and then bring it back to its position. Just next to it, you have the sink. Remember, always when you want to use the water, first turn on the water pump. You do this right here. You have this button, you just click on it, and then you can hear it immediately. To wash your dishes super easily, you have this extension you can bring back in. Up here you find your microwave. This microwave actually works as every single other microwave you've ever used. You have a fan down here you can turn on this button, turn it back off. You also have a light option down here. You have plenty of storage place all over here, down here, underneath here, under the fridge. And you also, of course, have the super huge fridge. It's a 12-volt fridge. That means you actually can use it always when the back battery is turned on. You can adjust the temperature here. In your freezer, you also find this lever to adjust the temperature up here. Close them both again. And then before you go on driving, close it with this black little lever to make sure nothing will fall out while you drive. Always when you cook, there should be a window open. Also on that window, you do have a little blinding. You can just pull it all the way down and then close it with this little bar. Open it again to push it all the way back up. Whenever you cook, open the window. Especially cool in your kitchen area is that you can cook with 3 pots at a time. How to turn the stove on? You just press this black knob inside to the high position. You just twist the other knob. You do the same with the other ones. Once you're done and you want to turn them off again, just bring them back to their off position. Remember, always when you want to cook, first turn on the propane tank on the outside of the vehicle. Same for the oven, because down here you do have an oven. You can do pizza in here or some other snacks. How to use the oven is a little tricky. I'm going to show you now how to do it. You just twist this button to this flame symbol, and then you have to push it in, and at the same time you twist the other knob around until you see a little flame in the back, and then you can just twist this knob to a higher temperature, and then it'll turn on. For some light in your oven, you have this button. Good morning! Welcome to your sleeping area here in the back. You have a huge mattress, super comfortable. You have plenty of storage all over. 2 windows with a fly screen and a blinding. You have clicking lights here in the back. You can just push them. Then you also have 2 USB plug-ins, so you can charge your phones overnight. 2 regular plug-ins, and you also have a light option to turn it on. You also have the heating back here. So whenever it's cold outside and you want to heat up the van during the night, the only thing you do, remember to turn on the propane tank and then just choose the temperature you want to have and turn it on. You also have an upper bed just right here, and if you want to use it, you have to get out the ladder out of the closet. Just right here. Bring it to the bed. Open the latch. Pull it all the way up. Put it in here. And now you can climb up. Up here you actually do have a lot of space. You find your television right next to you. You have pushing lights. You also have this little window, so if you want some fresh air, you can just open it and close it again. Back here you have some cup holders too. And of course you also have a window with a blinding and a fly net. And for your own safety, there's this net you can use. You just click them in. So nobody would fall out. To unlock the steps, just push the black plastic knobs together and store the bed ladder back to its storage place. Whenever you want to invite 2 more friends, they can sleep right here because you can fold this table into a whole bed. That is actually super easy, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. To push down the table, just undo this holding construction. And I promise this is the same as comfortable as the other beds. On your main panel, you can check the LP level, the battery, the fresh, the black, and the gray water level. You have a button for you to turn on the water pump. Then this little light turns on, turns off again. You also have 2 tank heaters, one for the black and one for the gray water tank, in case it's super cold outside and you don't want your tanks to freeze. And you also have the generator start button. In case you want to use the generator, that could happen whenever you want to use one of the regular plug-ins, the AC, the microwave, or the television. Then you just keep the button pressed for some seconds until it turns on. But just for you to know, it's super important that if you want to use the generator, you have enough fuel in your tank. Afterwards, turn it off by pushing the stop button. There's also an air conditioner in your vehicle. How to use it? You can just adjust the temperature on this knob, and on the other side you can just choose the level. Always when using the air conditioner, remember to or turn the generator on or plug into the shore power. Welcome to this super huge bathroom. In here you find a sink. You have your medicine cabinet in here. You have some storage down here. Of course you have a shower, and this is not only a shower, it's a huge shower. You can just stand up in here You use this shower as every other usual shower you've probably ever used. And if you want to have hot water wherever in your van, you just go next to the shower to this little panel. You click on, and then both lights should turn on. Afterwards, the only thing you really do is you open up the hot water and wait until these little two symbols turn on. The temperature will raise and the water gets hot immediately. Before you use the water, of course, make sure the water pump is on. And after the use, of course, turn the panel off and turn the water pump off again. And down here you have your toilet. Just open the lid, and to flush, just use the foot flush. Close the lid again. You also have your toilet fluid in your medicine cabinet. So before you use the toilet for the very first time, just put a little bit of it into the toilet tank and flush some water on top, so there is a base of water with this liquid in your toilet tank. To fill up your freshwater tank, the only thing you need is the water hose. You find it in the trunk. You just open here and fill it all the way up. Where you can do that, the best thing is to do it at a campground, for example. You just close it again. After your journey, before returning the van to a roadsurfer station, please always make sure to empty all the water tanks, also the freshwater tank. In that case, it's kind of tricky to empty the freshwater tank. That's why we ask you, please, to open the sink and the shower and just let the water run through it. And afterwards, just empty the gray and the black water tank. Also, at the end of your journey, and whenever it's full and you need to empty your black and your gray water tank, just open this little door, click it in here, get out your sewer hose out of here, open it, take it out all the way, put it right here, open this lid, twist the sewer hose in, put the sewer hose in the dumping station where you find dumping stations, for example at campgrounds or also on Google. And then step number 1 is open the black water tank by pulling this lever all the way down. Step number 2, open the gray water tank by pulling the gray handle all the way down. So the gray water flushes the black water in the hose. Once you're done, leave both handles open. Take out your freshwater hose out of your trunk. Connect it on here and also connect it to a campground, for example. And then turn on the water, flush the whole system with fresh water. Turn the water off again, disconnect the water hose, store it back to its storage place, and then go back down here, close both handles, disconnect the sewer hose, close the lid again, and store the sewer hose back to its storage place. Up here you have the fuel tank, unleaded fuel. Next to it you have the 30 amp hookup for you to connect to the shore power on a campground, for example. Up here you have your outdoor shower. You can open it again with the gray little key. Take it out all the way and enjoy a shower out here, or just click it in here. Don't forget to turn on first the water pump. To store it back in here, just put it back, close the door again and lock the lock. Down here you find your furnace. Actually, you shouldn't have a reason to touch it, but in case you don't have hot water, one of the reasons could be that the switch is turned off. I'm going to show you how to turn it on if it's off. You just open the door, and then in here you find a little switch, and make sure this is turned on. Down here you find your propane tank, one of the most important things for you. You just open the lid, then you have the propane tank. To open the propane tank, you just have to twist this wheel. Once it's open, you are ready to cook, heat up the water for a quick shower, or heat up the van during the night. Once you're done with all these things, remember always before you go on with your drive to close it again. And once your propane is empty and you need to fill it up, just drive to a propane station and they'll fill it up for you. Just for you to know, if you leave the van and you go, for example, for a quick hike, always remember to close each door separately. Also, if you open that door, just pull a little stronger and no worries, nothing will break. For some privacy, you have this blinding. You find it in one of the upper compartments, and how to use it, I show you right now. And now it's super cozy in here. That's the gear shift of your family freedom. If you want to use it, just pull it towards you and all the way down to use it. Also, there's a backup camera in case you need to back up. To use the handbrake of your family freedom, just put your left foot on top of the handbrake, push it down all the way, and to release it, just pull this handle down here. In case your back battery dies and you have to restart the battery, you can use the emergency start button you find here on your left side. When you have to use the emergency start button, first turn on the engine, keep the engine running, press the button for 5 seconds, and then all the panels should turn on again. Afterwards, please go on with your drive, keep the engine running, or plug into the shore power. To bring out your awning, the only thing you have to do is just push this button just next to the entrance door. Keep the button pressed till it's out all the way. And how to set up the perfect relaxing area in the outside of your van, I'm going to show you right now. We have to go to our trunk back here. To open it, you have this little gray key. Please, when you open it, always be careful, they break very easily. Open those silver latches, open the trunk all the way, and click it in here carefully. In here you have plenty of storage to store whatever you need to store back here. You have a water hose for you to fill up the fresh water. You have the charging cable for you to plug in. You also have a water canister in case you need it. And you also have an outdoor table and 2 outdoor chairs. Just a little fun fact for you. This trunk is so huge that I was thinking about sleeping in here tonight.